Thank you, Dr. Papas. We've started earlier with an ethnomusicologist from here, from the Graduate Center, Professor Stefan Blum, and we're closing with another young Greek ethnomusicologist, director of Greek Studies at Drexel University, Dr. Maria Hranaki. And if I recall correctly, her PhD is in folk music and from the Cretan tradition, if I recall correctly. So this is one major element of this second Action Esteem Symposium, that we have the privilege to work with the ethnomusicologist and identify or evaluate any interaction that there is. And for instance, we have tomorrow at 3 p.m. one major event open to the public, the lecture by a doctoral student here, musicologist Ersi Ioannidou, who will give a talk on the internal relationship between Byzantine chant and folk music.
I believe we are who we are because of the education we had and continue to have in our lives. My education started before I was even born on an informal way, because my father, who lives in Crete and is a medical doctor by profession, has been collecting Byzantine music since then. So I was exposed to those sounds from the moment that I can remember life. I then studied in the newborn Music Studies department in Athens, where I had the pleasure to have professors such as Gregory Stathis and Achilleas Chaldeakis, who I'm very happy to see here again today, who taught me a lot about the art of Byzantine music. At the same time, I was exposed to Lykourgos Angelopoulos and his chorus, and I became a friend with many members like Kostas Lanaras from Agrinio, who is here among us today, and I'm very glad to see as well. Then I came to the United States to pursue graduate studies in ethnomusicology, and I'm now the director of Greek Studies at Drexel University in Philadelphia, serving under a very innovative and insightful educator who is the president of the university, and we are proud of because he's also Greek, Dr. Konstantin Papadakis. Building a program in Greek studies, the biggest challenge we have is to convince people that we are not either ancient or modern, but Greekness is one thing, and more importantly, there is the Byzantine period of time, which unfortunately we tend to forget. The Byzantine period of time is not only important because of its religious aspect, but all the arts and sciences that were developed then. Therefore, it's with great pleasure that I salute the Symposium on Music Education, also because I had the pleasure to meet in person on St. Thomas Sunday, May 2004, His Eminence, Archbishop Dimitrios, and we spoke a lot about music, and I was fascinated to know that a religious person is so well educated as well on the art of music, among many other things too. Yesterday, the Archbishop at his speech at the Cathedral underlined the importance of change in our lives. I believe that that sort of change can come through education, and therefore I salute again the attempt of the Action Esteem Foundation, because I believe it is indeed today worthy to attend many speeches and lectures and events organized by multicultural educators who eventually will make us bring harmony in our lives. Thank you.
Archbishop Dimitrios will offer some remarks at this point.
Thank you. Distinguished members of this stage and distinguished participants in the symposium, Mr. Lambousis, professors, and friends. This is a very nice occasion to be together in this symposium on Byzantine music. I would like to congratulate the Action ST organization, foundation, for creating for a second time this symposium, and for the continuous efforts to promote in a really substantive way the Byzantine music. I would like also to express my deep thanks to my good friend, maestro and chanter and choir director, Mr. Angelopoulos, who came from Athens. And also, I happen to be connected and know some of the other people that are with him, especially Professor Adamis, who is here, Michael Adamis, a very, very distinguished composer and coordinator of the Byzantine and the modern musical idiom in many of his works. I see also a very good friend here, the well-known lawyer, Mr. Meni Demos, the legal counselor of the Archdiocese and involved with the Kalinikion, which has been involved in these kind of affairs like the Symposium here. If I may offer one or two thoughts on this opening of the Symposium, thanking the people who spoke very briefly and without applauding. I asked Professor Bloom, is it a tradition here not to applaud the speaker? He said, I don't know. Obviously, people seem to be paralyzed from what they hear, and they cannot applaud. The Byzantine music is not a simple thing. It's not music. It's much more than music. You go to the melodic aspect of Byzantine music, you go to the harmonic aspect of Byzantine music, you go to the rhythmic aspect of Byzantine music. In all of them, innovation and amazing production. There is no end in all these kind of things. Even the harmonic, the simple harmonic thing used in the Byzantine, known as the ison. You have the choir singing first voice, and you have the second line singing an iso, which is a somehow of straight, even kind of bass kind of accompaniment. Even this is not a simple thing, especially when you go to pieces which require double ison or other things like that. So there you have, here you have in the Byzantine music a wealth. And yes, last night Mr. Lambousis mentioned in his introduction the fact that Byzantine music cannot be performed in a keyboard because of the limitation of tone and half tone. Would be played in a violin, of course, because then you have the possibility to go to the minimal kind of divisions between tones. But that's another thing, again, of another achievement of Byzantine music, this kind of tremendous elasticity in dealing. And you know what, when you mentioned that last night, I thought of the contemporary music, the pentatonic system by Schoenberg, or the atonic system of modern music. We seem to be reaching a music where there is no music. And don't take it as a joke. Because you hear something, you say, now, can you detect any melody here? There is no melody. Can you detect any harmony? There is no harmony. Any rhythm? Total chaos. Is that a music? Yeah, they say. That's a non-music music. Byzantine is a really remedy in these kind of things because they were very avant-garde people, but they were very careful in keeping with music as a function that has to function as such. Music is music. If you would like to do something else, you produce a new system called noise. You might have experiments in noise of all kinds of sorts, all qualities, all kinds of patterns. It would be an amazing field, but it's not music. Because it doesn't offer any pleasing feeling and doesn't enhance our emotional or spiritual condition. There is something, I would like to close with that. There is something else in the Byzantine music. Byzantine music today is not a retro movement. We are not going back. This kind of music is there and is going to be there forever. It belongs to the eternal achievements in art, and therefore it cannot be affected by any time. So the application of time, of past or present or future, is not really valid. Byzantine music is there, was there, is going to be there. because of the quality, because of the achievement. But Byzantine music conveys at the same time, in addition to the purely music, conveys a tremendous wealth of text, of literature. I mean, if you read the Matins and Vespers, but Matins more, Vespers and other services, you read not only the music, you read the text. The texts there are really among the highest products in poetic language. Even ordinary services, and especially when you go to the usage of iamvika, the so-called iamvikes katavasies. Yesterday, for instance, we have the Stivi Thalasis, Kimatumeni Salo. I mean, if you go to the language of this kind of thing, forget the music. It's a masterpiece. You are astonished. How they managed in 5 verses, with a succession of strophes and stanzas, to create a whole rich theological context in which the music just rolls beautifully. So Byzantine music is a combination of so many things, melodically, harmoniously, rhythmically, and in terms of content. The volumes and volumes of the production, both musical and poetic. The specialists in Byzantine music know and speak about the rhythm called trisimos. It's a 3/4 kind of tempo. You should know that in the Byzantine chant, there are rhythms and meters followed, which are not the ordinary 3/4 or 2/4 or 4/4. You might have even 5/4, a rhythmic pattern used by modern Latin American music. You find it in the Byzantine music. Unusual kind of rhythmic patterns. So I hope that this symposium will offer not simply a recognition of the tremendous wealth that is the Byzantine music, but also offer to all the participants and all of us the possibility to see the immensity of possibilities, the potential that is simply inexhaustible. Thank you for what you are doing, and God bless these days that follow with the offering by the professors, erudites, and simple people here. Thank you. No applauding.